really sure know where to begin with this one. Bit of a weird one. We've all known that the flat earth theory has been around, and there are people out there that truly believe in the flat earth, and I've never really given it any thought until recently when I saw the Netflix program Beyond the Curve. I wasn't planning on watching it, it's not something I'm particularly interested in. I just thought, well, there's nothing else to watch, I'll give it a go. And gosh, these people are really out there. Essentially, the belief is, and I'm sure if you know about flat Earth and you've watched the 1 million odd videos that are already on YouTube, that you'll know the premise. But for those uninitiated, it's essentially the theory that the Earth is exactly flat, like a disc, and is floating through whatever it is, the space or whatever, and the sky is projected on, and it's all a fiction. It's all a fake reality, and that everything we're told is a lie. Obviously, that's not a child. That's a cat. The theory essentially is that we have been told a lie, that the planet isn't a globe, and that the Earth isn't round. Just 1 second. Chasing cats. Right, where was I? The basic premise really is that they believe that the Earth is flat, disc-like, and that we are all on this flat plane, and that the polar ice caps are a cylindrical wall of ice that stop the water from flowing off into nothing, essentially, or space. I don't know. That's the only explanation. And that the sun and the moon are projected lights, and we are the center of the universe, and that they just rotate. I'll stick a graphic up here of what I think it is. Much like this clock, it's funny enough, or this lamp, the face of this lamp. But obviously this raises a lot of questions to those that have been initiated into the current dogma of the fact that the Earth is a globe, and that every other planet in our solar system is a globe, and that our sun is a globe, and that other planets and other solar systems that they can see in other galaxies are spherical, and that they all follow a sort of a natural pattern, a natural order. And I'm not going into like the theory of relativity or the law of thermodynamics or any of that junk to do with sort of light and energy and all the rest of it. I'm not interested in that, but it's the fact that it all comes down to, in my belief, that this is a belief, and it's the belief that people want. From watching the program, okay, let me get it straight. From watching the program, it looked a bit like a cult. It looked a little bit religion-y, like a religion, that people couldn't understand, obviously, how the magnetic fields of the Earth work, how the iron core of the center of the Earth causes a magnetic pull that causes, gravitational waves, that causes magnetic fields around the planet, that causes all these things. And don't get me wrong, there's a shed loads of things that we still don't know about how this Earth works, right? And we're only getting into like sort of resonance frequencies and the Schulman resonance and all the rest of it. And what frequencies make our cells divide, and what makes us breathe automatically, and what makes us wanting to blink every 2 minutes, and it's all that kind of thing. There's so much we don't know. But I have a couple of arguments for both sides. And I know this is a bit fragmented because I'm only just thinking about this now. I was in South Africa a couple of years ago, and I was speaking to a friend of mine, and he says, oh yeah, I have to go to America, but every time we go to America we have to fly via London, via Heathrow. And I was like, that's crazy. That's like, I flew from England, from London to South Africa, and that's a long ass haul flight. He has to fly up from South Africa up, and then fly down to New York or LA, or to New York and then across to LA. And I was like, that's just absolutely crazy. And then I looked, when I saw this program the other night, Beyond the Curve, and they showed this sort of flat Earth disc, and here's the graphic again. The flight from South Africa to London to America is almost a straight line across this disc. And I was like, wow, that's weird. Why aren't there any flights going across the Atlantic? And this was one of their arguments in this program, was the fact that he spent hours and hours and days watching this flight tracker, and no planes were going along the sort of large, sort of across the Pacific Ocean, across the Indian Ocean, across the major bodies. And his theory was that, the planes wanted to stay over land, essentially close to land, which was concentrated in the center of this disc on this flat Earth theory thing, which, on its own, it stands up, it makes sense. But then you look today, and you can go look now, go check out Skyscanner and do flight checking and stuff like that, and you can see planes flying across. So it sort of negates that theory, really. I don't understand why it would be faked. I don't know why the big lie. What was the big lie? What are they trying to conceal? Wouldn't the reveal be amazing if it turned out that, it was true? Why haven't they revealed it? It makes no sense. There's no logical reason to keep the deceit, and the only reason is that it doesn't exist. It is a theory, a flat Earth theory, and that the Earth is essentially a globe. And I watched a program a couple of years ago where someone working on the Mars rover program was talking about it, and it came up in a topic, and they said, yeah, fair enough, if the Earth is flat and it is a disc shape, why are all the other planets in our solar system globes? Why are they spherical? And why is it just ours? And it just doesn't make sense. And I'm sure they have, again, it's a belief system in an imaginary thing that they believe to be real. I don't know what their end game is. Don't know what they want to prove. They want to go, aha, you're all lying to us, like, the aliens and Roswell and flipping, JFK assassinations, or, how Theresa May got into government. Those kind of mysteries. It just seems a lot of wasted energy into something that could very easily be proven, or has been proven, over and over again. Why would they spend so much money on these sort of space programs and sending things out, into the far reaches of our solar system? Chinese landing bloody probes on comets, and also the Chinese going to the dark side of the moon. Why would they go that? It's all a hoax. If it's all a big con. Why would they do it all? Why would they waste money in a commercial sort of money-driven society that we're living in? Why would they waste billions and billions and billions of pounds and dollars and euros and yen and whatever, rubles, because the Russians are up there too? Why would they waste all that money if we're living in a sort of commercial, we live in this capitalist society? That's what I meant to say. Why waste all that money? It just doesn't make sense. However, it would be funny though, wouldn't it?